Hello, friends. Today our story is called Ladybug Girl at the Beach, and it was written by David Soman and Jackie Davis. That means they wrote all the words, they're the authors and the illustrators, they drew all the pictures. I thought since summer is just around the corner and this is our last week for books, I thought that it'd be fun to read some books about summer fun. So this is Ladybug Girl at the Beach. Have you ever been to the beach before? What's the beach like? I wonder if she's been there. Let's see. It says, "We're finally here," declares Lulu as she jumps out of the car and spreads her wings. Lulu looks like she's wearing ladybug wings. Do you think she's really a ladybug? I don't know. I think she's pretending. "I love the beach," said Lulu. "You've never been to the beach before," replies her big brother. "But I already know I love it," she says. "And I can't wait to go swimming in the waves." The sand feels warm under her feet as Lulu and Bingo lead the family to a good spot to spread their blanket. Now, who do you think Bingo is? We sing a song sometimes about a dog named Bingo. I think Bingo might be her dog too. Right there. Yeah. Bingo, I think, is her dog. What do you guys think? Do you think that's her dog? Lulu runs to the edge of the water. The ocean goes on and makes huge roaring sounds. She had no idea it was going to be so big and noisy. She takes a few steps backward. Bingo barks at the waves. Oh my, how do you think she feels looking at that big, giant ocean? I think she might be getting a little scared. Have you ever been to the ocean? And is it kind of scary to look at all that water that goes on for a long, long time? "Are you going in?" her brother yells, running past her and splashing into the water. "I don't think so," she says. I really came here to build sand castles." Lulu retreats to the beach blanket to find her trusty pail and shovel. She builds a giant sand castle and uses little sticks for people. The king and queen are very happy here, she thinks. Bingo digs a moat to keep them extra safe. Sometimes we try to build with our sand and our sensory table. Have you ever built a sand castle? It's really hard to do that. You have to use the right amount of sand and water to get it just right. But it can be fun to build sand castles at the beach. Lulu walks over and sits down next to her mama. She looks out at the ocean, which was glittering with light. She thinks it looks pretty from far away. "Do you want to go in the water?" asks Mama. "No," says Lulu. "I want to fly the kite now." Soon the kite is darting back and forth in the wind, but Lulu holds on tight. Oh, those are all fun things you can do at the beach. Build sandcastles, fly kites. Have you ever seen a kite at the beach? I have. It's a fun place to fly kites. After the wind dies down, it feels really hot. Lulu glances at the ocean. She thinks the water would be cool, but the waves still look much too big. This is a good time to remind her parents about ice cream. Ooh, ice cream. Would you want ice cream if you were at the beach and getting hot? It's a great thing to eat when you're hot. Lulu lists all her 11 top favorite flavors. Chocolate marshmallow, cherry vanilla, pistachio, butter pecan, peppermint bonbon, peanut butter chip, raspberry swirl, peach pie, almond fudge, royal banana surprise, and vanilla. That's a lot of flavors. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Think about what it would be like to eat that ice cream if you were here at the beach. At the ice cream stand, Lulu can't just choose one. "This is a day for a double scoop," her mama says. Sometimes mamas can be very right. So that means she can choose 2 flavors. 1 scoop of each. That's very kind of her mother, isn't it? "Come on, Bingo," says Lulu after she finishes her ice cream. "Let's take a walk down the beach." They find a long piece of driftwood. Lulu writes loopy L's in the sand and draws pictures of Bingo. He's the perfect subject and stays really still. See, He's saying very still. See what she's using? And she's making L's. We did letter L's last week. It's very hot. Lulu looks at the ocean. Other kids are splashing and jumping in the waves. Do you see the picture she made of her dog? The sand can be fun to write in. How do you think she feels now as she's watching the other kids? Maybe she wants to go play with them. What would you do? I think I would join the other kids out there playing because that's a fun thing to do. She walks down to the edge of the water. Should we get our feet wet, Bingo? She asks. She thinks it would be okay to go into the ocean, just a little bit. Suddenly, a wave crashes into her legs and nearly knocks her over. Just as she gets her balance, the whirling water races back and tries to pull her in. Her feet are getting buried in the sand up to her ankles. How do you think she feels? How would you feel if that was you? It says, "Are you okay, Bingo?" Lulu asks. She looks around to see if anyone noticed that they were almost carried away. But everyone is playing just as they were before. Do you think she wants to go back in that ocean? Or do you think she's scared? I think she might be a little scared. Let's be explorers, says Lulu, brushing the sand off her knees. We can collect things for our museum. They march off across the beach. They hear seagulls that sound like they are laughing, discover little crabs that burrow in the sand, and pick up slimy seaweeds washed up on the shore. There are lots of shells on the beach, all different shapes and sizes. She chooses the most special ones and puts them into her pail. Have you ever collected seashells at the beach? Some of you brought some shells to our Zoom meeting about things we find outside. Shells are a great thing that you can pick up at the beach. They're so much fun to explore because there's so many different kinds. I know, Bingo. I bet if we dig, we could find a pirate treasure, says Lulu. She digs and digs and digs. Finding treasure is hard work. When Lulu feels the water splash against her, she spins around. The tide has come in. It is taking away her favorite pail. She has to rescue it, or it will be lost forever. This is a job for Ladybug Girl. She's going to rescue that pail. So when the tide comes in, it means the water gets closer to where you are. It just comes in up a little further. I'll save you, she says, snapping up the pail. When she looks down, she realizes she's in the ocean. The water is past her knees, and she isn't afraid at all. Ladybug Girl isn't afraid of anything. For the rest of the long afternoon, Ladybug Girl and Bingo splash in the water and run on the beach, daring the waves to catch them. You can't get me, waves. I'm Ladybug Girl. It looks like they're having fun playing together. I like to splash in the waves when I go to the ocean. It's so much fun. Ladybug Girl and Bingo play until the bright blue sky turns pink. They make footprints in the sand, at least 14 miles of them, Ladybug Girl thinks. Every time the ocean erases them, they make more. So when the water comes up, it kind of moves the sand around and it erases their footprints. But they just make more. Then it's time to go, and Ladybug Girl trudges back across the still warm sand. Bingo follows her slowly, dragging his ears. Do you think they want to go home? Yeah, but you know what? They've had a long, fun day at the beach, and maybe they'll get to go back again someday. Standing at the top of the dunes, Ladybug Girl waits for her brother. So, did you like your first time at the beach? He asks. Yes, she answers. I told you, Ladybug Girl loves the beach. And there they are on their ride home. Look, she fell asleep. Do you see this over here? It's a starfish. Maybe they found one at the beach. Maybe if you go to the beach, you could find a starfish just like that. That would be so much fun. Well, that's all for today, friends. And as always, I wish you well.